What's going on, y'all boys? It's Boatside Junkies. Y'all can see I'm growing my beard out a little bit. But anyway, man, we're going to talk about why these 5th gen Camaros is probably the best budget sports car on the market right now. One side, remember, this is all opinion based. A lot of people will say many different cars, but personally, I feel like it's a lot to be considered. You got to have reliability, it got to be a decent price, and it got to be fast. It's really tough to get all three when it comes to a car. That's neither here nor there. The car we focus on today is 5th gen Camaros. Let's get into it. First thing I want to touch on, man, is the price point. That's what I think everybody wants to know. 5th gen Camaros can be had anywhere from like maybe 10 at the lowest, you know, high mileage ones, 10,000. I've seen some even go as low as 8 recently on a market that is so inflated. I've seen some go for 8,000, which is, you know, you might get one that got like a rebuilt title or something like that. But if you know how to deal with that kind of things, then that's cool. That's still a good buy. All the way up to like 30,000, depending on miles. You get some with low mileage, and then you're gonna spend a little bit more. The car makes over 400 horsepower, depending on if you go automatic or manual. Manuals make 426. Automatics make about 410. When you talk about its competitors, the first cars you get into is the Challengers and the Chargers, as well as, you know, the Mustangs. But when you talk about the Challengers and Chargers, social media has made that car out to be the greatest car on earth. So, you know, the price points are a little bit high. I feel like the Hemis are great engines, but you talk about putting them in a 45, almost 4,600 pound vehicle, you know, that kind of hinders it a little bit. Those are great engines. I just don't like the cars and the weight. People think I hate Dodges, but the problem is just the heavy cars they put them in. The cars even don't look bad, but it's just what social media has made that car. But when you talk about the Mustang, you talk about the Gen 1 Coyotes. I feel like Gen 1 Coyotes are pretty solid, make 412 horsepower. You know, it's a solid engine. Coyotes are stout, but the thing about Coyotes, I feel like, is that LSs in comparison are more reliable, and they should be. LSs have been around for a while. LSs has been around since the 90s. You know, you have the 5.7, you have the 4.8, you have the 5.3, you have the 6.0, you have the 6.2, you got the 7-liter. The engine has been through its paces as well as been improved over the years. Y'all forget the Coyote came later. Now, you have the 4 valves back in the day that was really, to me, the basis for that 5-liter Coyote. That's what they came off of. You know, I'm talking about the Cobra 4 valves and stuff like that. But like I said, when you talk about that Coyote versus that LS has been through its paces. It's been improved. It's been worked upon. So LSs will prove to be more reliable. People make fun of me when I say it, but something as simple with an LS is having the ability to go to the junkyard and pull parts off a 2003 Chevy Tahoe and put it on your 2015 Camaro is very budget friendly to me. Versus having to go to AutoZone and spend all of that money on new stuff. It doesn't mean you can't buy new stuff, but it's the idea of the budget. It's the idea of someone who has to make things work, being able to make things work if they had to. Now that's a good segue into my next point. The aftermarket. When it comes to being a car guy, is very important. You want to make more power. I believe that's the goal for some people. Maybe, maybe not. But I believe that's the goal for a lot of car enthusiasts, is to make more power. You understand what I'm saying? When it comes to talking about making more power, the aftermarket for LS is perfect. It is perfect. You can find LSA superchargers on the marketplace. You can go get you a little cam and some valve train upgrades, and you making 500 horsepower. There's a lot of things on the aftermarket for LSs that is just, it can get you power. Versus the Coyote, you might got some options, but you definitely gonna spend more money. And for one, I definitely don't think as many options as the LS. You can go on eBay, you can go Summit, J, everything. LS is parts is everywhere, intake manifolds, heads, everything, junkyard, anything you want. Now, staying on the topic of talking about, you know, being on a budget, maintenance is gonna be a big factor over time talking about these cars. And the one thing that sticks out like a sore thumb, especially when talking about the 3 major competitors between Dodge, Chevy, and Ford, is definitely the Hemi spark plugs. Hemi spark plugs cost a lot of money because, you know, they have the dual coils per cylinder, so that means you gotta buy double the spark plugs, double the coils. That's basically what you're paying the price for. When it comes to Coyote stuff, I feel like Coyotes, yeah, they cost the same price as LSs when you buy new stuff. It's not too bad cost wise, but if you were to be on a budget and you couldn't do something brand new, I always emphasize to people, LSs are very junkyard friendly if you wanted something from the junkyard, because even the coil packs, you know, most of the LSs were meant to last the lifetime of the vehicle. You can go to the junkyard and you can pull a good set of coil packs. Oil changes, fairly the same price, not much different. You can do it in your backyard. All of these cars, filters pretty fairly easy to get to if you're a little bit mechanically inclined. Same thing with doing the oil change, is not too bad. But price-wise, brakes and rotors aren't too bad, as well as doing the actual labor yourself shouldn't be too bad. It was a short, quick, sweet video, man. I'm gonna put my TikTok in here where I talk straight cars. Like I said, y'all can go comment on my TikTok and tell me what video, what car, it don't matter, what brand, whatever it is. We gonna talk about that, Jane. So make sure y'all follow my TikTok or drop some comments down below and let me know what y'all want to see on my TikTok. Y'all have a good day, man. Bowtie Junkie, gone.